Hey guys, it's Jet888 here. It's October 17th. Oh, so let's see, I got a violation strike due to, they said that I had medical misinformation. The strike was on my first video, the word one, where I covered the latest scamdemic word in the anagram. So they got a little sensitive about that, at least the AI bots did. So who knows what they're going to see in all the rest of my series here, because we got some sensitive information. So I'd welcome anyone to download and save these for me just in case. I wish I knew how to do that, but I did appeal it, and they said after taking another look, we can confirm that your content does not violate our community guidelines. And that's what I thought too, because when I look at anagrams, that's not medical misinformation. That's just looking at anagrams. And when you look at anagrams, you know, they tell a different story. So they can't really argue with that. Those aren't even necessarily an opinion. They're a fact. If you rearrange letters, you come up with different answers, maybe a little bit more obvious. But I thought it was important to appeal it. In fact, I've appealed all of my strikes, some which even weren't medical information. This one here, they deleted this test, and it was, this video, and I thought it was really important. It had a lot of important information, including a phone call that I made with the Los Angeles School District that they gave me a warning for on January 11th. Look at that, 111. And they called it harassment and cyberbullying, and it was not harassment. That's absolutely incorrect. I did not harass or cyberbully anybody, but that's what they said, and they didn't appeal. They rejected my appeal. YouTube also kicked this one off regarding my Empire State Building with King Kong. Interesting that they were so sensitive about that, but if you look into it, you'll understand why, because they didn't like the fact that this, you know, I was talking about the beacon and the Empire State, and I think it connects to Elon Musk. Anyhow, this video here is on my Rumble channel. This is my Rumble channel that you can go check out there. If, you know, for the most part, I think we should be getting away from YouTube because their censorship is so ridiculous. But they censored this one about the daily pass and my call to the Los Angeles Unified School District, which I think was really important because it was showing how the parents were being made to test twice a week. Sorry, I got an interruption on my phone. So the parents were being made to test their kids twice a week. And I thought, well, anyhow, this video here shows that. Oh yeah, they also killed this video. It took them a year to kill this video about that. You should go see that video. It could be very helpful to some people. And they again called it medical misinformation. So I put on 1 year, but look at this. Look how there's like 0 view. I mean, you do not get a lot of coverage here on Rumble, but I wish more people would go over to Rumble. So even though I was using the information from PubMed, that's Fauci's little channel, they still cut that off. So after appealing, anyhow, they reinstated this video. And there's a lot of real vital information that people are trying to get out, but they can't because the censorship is so great, because they don't want the truth. So if you want the real truth, you got to get out of YouTube and you've got to go to other places. And if anyone wants to connect with me, please go here and I'll call. I'd like to start connecting in real life with people, not just via the internet. It's sort of a fake reality, I think, that we're being sucked into. So if anyone can connect with me here, let's start some human chats, okay? And I'm also have a channel over at Odyssey, but I'm having a hard time getting this channel, like to find this channel. But I've got this video and this video, but I might also I made another video. I set up an email for this, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it. But anyhow, take that down if you can. But I'll try to make another channel at Jet 888 Free Speech, just in case anyone's trying to look for me. But there's a couple of reasons why I think it's really important to set the record straight, especially when YouTube's trying to label you as basically like a terrorist, because they're going to be coming for people, and you've got to set the record straight so they can't, well, they're going to do whatever they want, and they're going to justify all their actions as to why they're going to arrest people and take them in when they're literally telling the truth but going against the narrative. I think we all see that. Oh, and also regarding like the surveillance stuff going on, and I'm going to talk more about this in my next Word video. Sorry, I had to turn my phone off, but I'm just going to look here. We're going to just look a little bit into the anagrams. When you look at the word metaverse, it's serve meat. When I look at the word a satellite, it's also satiate L, among just a few things, but satiate L. And according to Wikipedia, it says the word literally means arm. Like that arm. And according to the Free Dictionary, it means right-angled bend in a pipe or conduit. Like this kind of conduit. I found that's interesting too. Plastic Pipe Institute expands, updates conduit handbook. And look at this, a handbook of polyethylene pipe. Look at the word polyethylene. And it's interesting because I saw this article, polyethylene glycol. And, and here's a weird thing. A satellite is also I-8 Stella, and when you look at Stella, it says an experimental international coin base of the metric system that was issued by the U.S. in 1879 and 1880. It was worth about $4, and it was known as, from the etymology, it's Latin for star. One other little interesting anagram is Set, eat, ill. And remember the Setians? It's from the Temple of Set. And see the little Baphomet by this guy, Michael Aquino. He was a Green Beret, decorated in all kinds of intelligence agencies with our military. And yeah, if you look at the Set in Wikipedia, here, I don't know how, whatever. Okay, so it says the ideal that Set is a real entity. And when you go over here and just look at this little picture, look at the little snake thing, but that could also be a sine wave, as above, so below. Remember, I am the light. And Set spearing the snake, which looks like a frequency, like this. This is a sine wave, it's a frequency, as above, so below. And if we look at satellite maps also being amps. So right now this is the Starlink coverage map. So if you look at the whole United States here, it looks like it's just in the northern part. Unless, I'll have to look deeper into this, but here's where the coverage is. And this says Starlink offers internet access in North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming. There's a satellite internet. Let's look at that from Starlink. That's SpaceX. To an estimated 4.8 million people, making it the third largest residential satellite provider in the U.S. They're just getting started though. But look at this, satellite internet in the United States, 99% satellite coverage nationwide. I'm on the Broadbandnow. New World Order, right? Let's go look at that word. So look at that. Broadbandnow can be A-NWO, which is New World Order, Bod-Brand. And when you look at the word bod, it's kind of a common understanding that it's a body. But it's interesting too, because I see bod, biochemical oxygen demand, which people do when they want to breathe. It's a biochemical oxygen demand. And also look at this, board of directors. So a New World Order Board of Directors brand. I wonder what that could be. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. And look at this. This is graphene hydroxide's chemical structure, molecular structure. Isn't this kind of interesting too? Reinventing the wheel. This is NASA Glenn Research Center. I just want to show you real quick too how Goodyear and NASA have worked together. This is on NASA's website. So Goodyear, rubber, NASA. Here's an old article. Goodyear and NASA take a moonshot. Rubber news. Rubber, Goodyear, NASA. And NASA and Elon Musk with the SpaceX is, they're working together. And here's all the Starlink satellites all overhead. Does anybody remember this picture? But they also showed this in the Super Bowl. I'm just showing all these weird connections. All these people are connected. I mean, does anyone think that this looks kind of similar to this? And this was their, the Pepsi, during their Super Bowl halftime show. This is what they showed, the speakers, Pepsi, and the blimp. Wow. And this is a beacon. And it's interesting how YouTube is really sensitive about me showing this and talking about King Kong and the Empire State Building. And Pepsi does equal pipes. So I just think it's weird. And also the word conspiracy theory can be looked at as pyrotechnico rays and pyrotechnic sonic. I just think he has something to do with it. So here's that Broadbandnow page here. Remember how I looked and it looked like it could be an anagram for a New World Order bod, like Board of Directors brand. And here on their little page, they have this. Of course, you're holding your cell phone. They're connecting it to everything. So they have research now. They've got their research. And it says the latest research on social, economic, and political issues contributing to the digital divide and the impact of broadband on everyday life. Why are they talking about the digital divide? Here you go to some of their research that they've done. And here, understanding the Affordable Connectivity Program. So this was published December 15th, 2021. And I don't know why they have the June 29th date there. Maybe they changed it. But this talks about November 15th, 2021. Joe Biden signed the Infrastructure Investment and Job Act. So the Affordable Connectivity Program, ACP, which replaces the existing emergency broadband benefit. So Affordable Connectivity Program, why are they so hell-bent on getting everybody connected? And this says, when does the ACP take effect? Technically, the date that the ACP takes effect is either when all the EBB program funds have been depleted or December 31st, 2021, whichever comes first. I'd like to look at the population decline by that date. But they consider the effective date starting December 31st, 2021. I'll leave this link if you're interested, but they're making sure that they get qualify for the lifeline. Qualifying for the lifeline, is that like cable? Not cable, but conduit. So ACP equals 64. So does Mamba, like Black Mamba, like Kobe Bryant. So these are Black Mambas. Here's a Black Mamba, and they're one of the deadliest snakes in the world. So here's some 5G cable research for high frequency microwave vector. Yep. I hope people are able to piece all this together in their own brains. This is kind of interesting. 10 stunning examples of corporate logos by Ukraine. Look at that. All right, guys. Well, let's just keep our brains open. I mean, why do they keep showing so many of these blimps? They're called dirigibles. Look at this. Empire State Building, New York. This is the title. It reads, Dirigible Airship, Lighter Than Air, Aircraft Above Empire. When you look at the word dirigible, it could be IE libgrid, and that's IE, Internet. The Internet Explorer. Maybe that's why they keep showing that. Here's an article that reads, Getting to Grips with America's Grid System. But you got the Windows Internet Explorer, and who's associated with Windows? Here's some of the cables right there coming out of this 5G tower. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here, but here, regarding the grid, this was at the Recon, the Fetish Network, and I covered this when I was talking about Metaverse, Serve Meat, and when you look at the Fetish Network here in Simple Gematria, it's Bill Gates Foundation. They both have 206. I thought that was weird, but anyhow. Alright guys, signing out. Take care.